we know what to do, why don't we just do it? And particularly in today's age where we have the world's information at our fingertips, we don't have the excuse of not knowing what to do anymore. Who doesn't know basically how to lose weight? Who doesn't know that if you want to have better relationships with people, you have to be fully present with them? Who doesn't know that if you want to do better at your job, you have to do the work, especially the hard stuff that other people don't want to do? We know these things. So there's no excuse anymore to say, well, I just didn't know how. What we're lacking is the ability to follow through. We're lacking the ability to avoid distraction. Getting ahead in life is not just about doing the right things. It's about avoiding not doing the wrong things. And that's what becoming indistractable is all about. It's about whatever it is that you say is important to you in your life, how do you make sure you do those things? So let's start with defining what we mean by distraction. So the best way to understand what distraction is to understand what it is not. So the opposite of distraction is not focus. The opposite of distraction is traction. They both come from the same Latin root, meaning trahare, which means to pull. Traction is any action that pulls you towards what you want to do, things that you do with intent. The opposite of traction is distraction, anything that pulls you away from something that you plan to do, something that you are not doing with intent. So this is super important for two reasons. One, I think it frees us from this moral hierarchy that what you do with your time, that's frivolous. But what I do with my time, that's okay, right? So me watching football, that's all right, but you playing Candy Crush, not okay. I argue, no, anything that you want to do with intent, that is according to your values, is fine. They're both pastimes, there's nothing wrong with them. Anything can be traction. And just like anything can become traction if you plan for it, anything can become distraction as well. So for example, I work with a lot of folks, they say they're gonna do something, they say they're going to work on that big project, they're gonna stop procrastinating and do that thing that they've been planning to do, right after they check email, right after they scroll that Slack channel, right after they do that quick thing that they have to talk with a colleague real quick. And so 30, 45 minutes later, they still haven't started to do the thing they plan to do. We are slaves now to the urgent at the sacrifice of the important when we do that. In today's age where technology is so pervasive and so persuasive, I mean, it is designed to be persuasive and we want it to be persuasive, we want products to be engaging, then it's easier than ever to get distracted. So we've got traction, we've got distraction. We have two things that move us towards traction and distraction. We have what's called an external trigger or an internal trigger. External trigger is what kind of everybody blames on distraction, right? It's the pings, the dings, the rings, anything in your environment that prompts you towards traction or distraction. Now, they're not inherently bad. These tools are not somehow evil. If a notification on your phone says, hey, it's time to wake up and hit the gym, or it's time to go to that meeting, or it's time to do the thing you plan to do, it's moving you towards traction. But if you get a notification on your phone while you're with somebody that you plan to spend time with, in my case, it was my daughter. One day I got this notification while I'm spending time with my daughter, and I'm checking my phone as opposed to being fully present with her. That was moving me towards distraction. So those are the external triggers, but it turns out, even though we love to blame those things, we think that that is the root cause of the problem. In fact, the psychology of distraction goes much, much deeper.